Hello to all the Virgos out there. Hello you Virgos. How are you? This is the horoscope for the month of August for 2012. But first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you Virgos who have commented so nicely, who have subscribed, who have ordered readings. This is really encouraging for me to continue this. Otherwise I couldn't continue doing this stuff. But thank you. I just wanted to say that. Now let's continue with the horoscope for the month of August 2012. Well, in general, it's not going to be a rational month for the Virgos. I have to be honest, it's not going to be crystal clear this month for especially for those who have planets around 0 until 10 degrees of Virgo. So especially those ones, it's not gonna be Virgo clear this month, but nevertheless it's not going to be boring. And why is that? This month is going to be very much about that. And again, your self-worth is involved this month, actually for all the signs, because maybe you remember last month the Pluto-Uranus square was triggered by Mars, and now the Pluto-Uranus square is again going to be triggered by Venus. And Venus is not only the planet of love, it's also the planet of what we value in life. It's also the planet that is representing the second house of our self-confidence. So it's again a lot about that this month for Virgos. But how does it start? Well, your ruler goes direct as from the 8th of August. So that's a good thing. It's in your 12th house. It's an unconscious house. It's a house that Mercury really has difficulties with, because Mercury is rational and the 12th house is the house of Pisces. So Pisces is not a rational sign. There's nothing good or bad about that. It's just the way it is. And so you did last month and the beginning of this month, you have done a lot about understanding your unconscious world, let's say. So you did a lot on that, and now it's beginning to, you have explored it, you have researched it. Maybe you have been a bit more silent than normal. I don't think that a lot of Virgos can be silent, but maybe a bit focused on your privacy, a bit more focused on the secret things in life, or maybe just a bit more silent than normal. But anyway, the month starts with a nice trine between Venus and Neptune, actually around the 9th and the 10th of August. So the month starts off quite well for you, because that Mercury goes direct and that Venus in a trine with Neptune. It's in your 11th and in your 7th house. 11th house, the house of friends, and the 7th house, the house of the other person. So you are probably being more inspired, feeling more creative, feeling more artistic by friends, by a friend or friends, or by that other person that is very close to you. So they inspire you, you feel more creative. That's the beginning of the month. And Jupiter is still in your 10th house. So if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for other job, you have plenty of opportunity normally when Jupiter is transiting your 10th house. So take advantage of it. But what happens again in the middle of the month, just as it was last month, in the middle of the month, the Pluto-Uranus square is triggered. And two things are happening. First of all, in the middle of the month, so around the 13th, 14th, 15th, Mars and Saturn in your 2nd house are conjuncting each other. Now Mars rules your 8th house, so that's money of other people or self-worth of other people, and it's going to conjunct Saturn. So Mars in a conjunction with Saturn is frustrated energy. It only happens a few days, so don't worry, but it's frustrating energy. So what can it be? You can be frustrated about not having or not gaining enough money as you wanted from your work, or maybe another person owes you some money, so maybe it has to do with that. You just want more money coming in. There's nothing wrong with that, but you feel frustrated about it, and then actually you're gonna be fine. And I'm not saying that just to cuddle you, but you're going to be fine because there is a fixed star involved here. So fixed stars are often used in, there are lots of them, but there are a couple of them that are used in horary astrology. But when something happens, like here, in general, and planets are conjuncting that fixed star, it has a meaning. And Spica is on around 23 degrees of Libra, and that Mars-Saturn conjunction is also around those degrees at Libra. So Spica is all about you'll be fine. No matter what happens to you, you'll be fine. So that's a good thing to know, don't you think, for Virgos? That you'll be fine. No matter what frustrations come up, you'll be okay. At the same time, so whilst this Mars-Saturn thing is going on, there is this clash with Venus and Pluto-Uranus. So Venus is about so everybody, every sign will, it will reflect in their chart somewhere. And it's about transformation through love or through your value system. And I think for Virgo, it's going to be with that value system, because also the 8th house is involved, and so on. And so what does it mean? It means that Venus is opposing Pluto in the 11th and in the 5th house. So it's about also it's about your friends or your aspirations, so what you want in your life. And it's opposing that 5th house of creativity. And Pluto is in there. So maybe a child, the 5th house, will open your eyes about something. Or maybe a friend, the 11th house, is going to help you to open your eyes about the things that that have been holding you back for some time, whatever it is, whether it is your work or whether it is a relationship. And Uranus is in your 8th house, so it triggers that 8th house. So it triggers the to-dos in your life, the fears in your life, the things that you don't understand always well in your life. So it's very interesting. And I think it will have to do with, if you're already quite secure, you will become even more secure. If you're insecure, and Virgos are most Virgos, not all of them of course, but a lot of Virgos are quite insecure about what they're doing. And that's just because they want to be perfect and they want to do things good. There's nothing wrong with that, but they are putting pressure on themselves quite heavily. And that could be the case around the middle of the month, that this pressure is there again. And it's about your aspirations, about your new expressive ways on quite a deep level, and your self-worth is involved. But what happens is, very shortly after that, there is a very interesting new moon. A very interesting new moon in that 12th house, where Mercury has been retrograde for quite some weeks. So it has to do with things that trip you up. It has to do with things that are not very clear for you. That's why I say that this month is not going to be the crystal clear month. It's not going to be like that. But it will give you an opportunity at the end of the month to understand your unconsciousness way better. Because it's not just a new moon in Leo in the 12th house. It's a new moon on another fixed star. You know, the fixed stars are really interesting this month. It's on the fixed star called Regulus. And Regulus is the star that is all about ambition. And it's all about success. It's not about happiness, but it's about what we want to achieve. And it's about the things that we want. So it matches very well with what is going on, of what I told just before. So it could be the case for you that you are going to become very ambitious about revealing the unconsciousness and about letting go of it, because the 12th house is the house of Pisces and it's the house of letting go. Most Virgos are not good at that. I say most. When you have an emphasis on it, or when you have an ascendant, then it's not going to be that easy. But it's interesting, because things are going to open up for you, and you will find your peace. It's about finding peace from the soul. But anyway, so okay, the month starts off quite well, and then there is a peak about that frustrating energy, and then there's that new moon, and you think, yes, I'm getting it. So like the most Virgos are doing, yes, I'm getting it, I get it, and I know where I stand. But it's like this month the planets are I'm not going to say they're against you, but they are saying, no, Virgos, you're not getting it, the whole picture yet. You need your time. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this in particular for those who have now planets or an ascendant around 0 to 10 degrees. Because what happens there? At the end of the month, you kind of regain your self-worth again, because Mars in that second house is now trining Neptune, so in your 7th house. So again, through that other person, or through a friend, or through a one-to-one connection, you're gaining your self-worth again. Or maybe your income is going to rise again, and you think, yes, it's crystal clear. But around the 24th of August, so particularly for those early Virgos, the sun is in your sign, which is normally very nice to have, the sun in your sign. So happy birthday for those early Virgos. But they bump into Neptune and Chiron. So, which directly means the clearness is gone very quickly. So it's not going to be that secure, that crystal clear. So it's not going to be the case. And it's emphasized, but at the very end of the month, the 31st of August, there's a full moon in Pisces. So again, and it's a special full moon. It's not just a full moon in Pisces, it's conjuncting Neptune and Chiron. So it's a very emotional moon. It's a non-rational moon. So I think that because all this is happening in your 7th house, so the other person, it could mean that you have an opportunity to connect on a very emotional, non-rational level with someone. And that will do you good. That will reinforce the trust that you have to learn during this month. How difficult it is for you, you've got to learn it. You've got to learn to let go a bit more. You've got to learn to loosen up a little bit more. And you will be able to do it. I think you'll be able to do it as much as you are aware of it. You can do it, because this full moon will help you to do this. And this full moon is like a culmination at the end of the month. That other person could be very compassionate, could be very emotional about something going on, something Neptune Chiron coming on. So something about how would I say, maybe spiritual stuff, maybe stuff about healing old wounds or something. That other person is like very much a mirror to you, and because they are a mirror to you, they reveal things that are going on inside of you. So I think you are going to be helped by other people to unlock that unconscious 12th house of yours. So that's a good thing, and please allow and don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid and don't worry too much. Can I say that to a Virgo? Don't worry too much? I can say that. The more we say it, I say we because I'm a Virgo too, the more we say it, the more it becomes real. So, you Virgos, have this interesting month. Be aware of what's happening and enjoy it. Try to enjoy the ride. Try to enjoy it. Try not to pin down everything. Try not to be too rational or to understand it too crystal clear. Go with the flow a little bit. Having said that, I wish you all the best for the month of August and see you soon. Bye bye, Virgos.